Okay, so you'll only see a little bit, but you'll see the main bit. You'll see the warming up and whether it goes, you see. Saw me do the walk of shame there. It died. Very low on battery. Interesting. Look. So I need to check a couple of things there. First of all, battery voltage. Secondly, is the battery charging. It actually was kind of cutting out. It was almost as if the terminals were loose. They are a little bit, but it was kind of cutting out. Let me get a meter on there and check what the voltage is. Yeah, the battery's showing 11 point something volts, very low. Couple of things there, because when the engine's running, it shouldn't cut out, if we're being honest, because the dynamo alone, so old-fashioned, the stator alone should be fueling it. So when I've charged this battery, I need to double check that the whole thing is charging, because it would appear that it wouldn't. Basically, the battery should just fire the bike up and then it should be kind of okay. Don't know. I'll put this on charge overnight. What's great about this is I'll get to take the bike out tomorrow with its with a fully charged battery and fully cold start with the new upjetted pilot jet. If that pilot jet's not good, I'll get a 36 on order. I thought I might have one somewhere here, but I don't appear to. Otherwise, we're kind of okay, really. We're not looking too bad at all. It feels bad, but it's not, because it ran to MOT and back and passed earlier. My ideal situation tomorrow is that the battery's charged, the stator continues to charge the battery, and then it runs and rides okay from cold startup, or better than it did on the old setup. I'd be happy to go back to the old setup because it was okay. It just took a few minutes to warm up. I'm trying to bridge that gap, but maybe I've jumped too big from 35 to 38. Fine, I'm going to push it in the corner for now, and I think with my last hour, I'm going to get that up to temp, loosen all of the exhaust mounts, get it up to temp. As soon as that exhaust starts smoking, drop it, get the other one ready, check whether exhaust smoke is coming out of the engine anyway, and then switch over to the other exhaust and see how we look. So I'm going to do the testing today, the work tomorrow. So I've kind of got two options here, right? That exhaust is now held on with hopes and dreams. All the bolts are off. I could definitely warm that bike up until it's smoking, or I could just put on the other exhaust and run, you know, warm it up for 10 minutes and make sure it doesn't smoke. I think I'm going to try and switch over the exhaust. I know that I run this for 7 to 10 minutes and then it starts smoking. So why not put the other exhaust on, run it for 7 to 10 minutes and check that it's not. I think that's the plan. So my guess is it isn't really sealed properly up here, and the main issue is that the whole exhaust needs to go that way a touch. The other exhaust comes around a bit more, and it's not hitting the rear stand. That's fine. It's this bit here that's technically stopping it. What I would have to do is one of two things. I'd have to lower this. I'd probably have to cut this off, and then I'd get them extra few millimeters there to push it that way to get a seal. It's possible, and then I'd have to get something to secure it, because we can't use that anyway. It's possible. So I don't think it's sealed, but that's not an issue right now, because all we want to know right now is, does this heat up and then smoke? So I'm not going to film it, it's boring, but you know I'm going to show you it on startup, and then I'll stop the video, and 10 minutes later I'll come back. Got no fuel. At all. My fault, I didn't even realise I haven't run it yet on its fuel tank, and the fuel tank is completely empty. Fuel run. Okay, so 5 litres in. 5 litres was £10 something. I used to fill up that tank for £6. £10 something. Remember, this exhaust won't be sealed, I'm sure. It might be, it probably isn't. 7 to 10 minutes, see if we start getting any smoke. Actually guys, that exhaust is sealed. I think the design of this exhaust suits the curves of the bike. If I can get it strapped up at the back somehow, I would be happy to use that exhaust. I can always paint them plastics black so they look good. I could paint the whole exhaust if I'm being honest. 7 to 10 minutes guys, I'm not going to film it, it's not fair on you. While I'm waiting, let me drill out the foot peg so I can get some gear going on this bad boy. And if there's any sign of smoke, I'll come back to you. Remember, at home now, I have a new piston, new rings, not a new cylinder. New piston, new rings, new oil file stem seals, which I've done already. Top end rebuild kit, excluding the cylinder itself. Right, 7 to 10 minutes. Let's get drilling. So what you just saw, probably in hugely sped up footage, was me trying to drill out that hole. It's much harder than it seems. The bike always looked okay here. It's been 8 minutes and 44 seconds. You only saw smoke when you revved it. That seems absolutely fine to me. I'm going to leave it on for 2 or 3 more minutes. My aim is to get this done so that I can take it for a quick test run. So I'm actually really enjoying today's work, but to not break my rule, I am packing up now. Revjab's oil, I'm still not happy with that. I think it's not right. I mean, look at that weird kind of colour. I've kind of had to do what you might call some sort of hack here, and I've had to build a joining gap because the rod for this side was slightly different. In fact, it was reverse thread. Someone mentioned that in the comments. Whoever mentioned that in the comments, you were spot on, mate. You said that the other side would be slightly different, and you were right. I'm wrapping up. I'm going to come back. I'm actually going to treat Revjab. I'm going to take him out to the cinema later to watch Love and Thunder, because he's skin and he's kind of on a high but also on a low because he can't afford the parts to do his bike. If I can afford the parts, then I will order the new ignition and the new number plate. He would have to wait till he was paid in 2 weeks otherwise. So I'm going to take him out later. We're going to go and watch the movie, which I'm looking forward to. And then I'll be back here tomorrow and we'll be carrying on. We'll be able to get that on the road, I'm sure, and test run. Actually, to an extent. As long as everything else is okay, brakes, lights, this and that. That bike's very, very close to being finished. Of course, Revjab's bike's going to be in the garage today. So it's nice and secure. And we'll get that battery charged. We'll come back, fresh start tomorrow. See how we're sitting on this bike. My guess is it'll be good to go tomorrow and I can get it advertised. I don't know what day this is. Potentially Sunday for you guys because I've got so much filming done today on a Saturday. So potentially Sunday, possibly Tuesday, probably Sunday. Do drop a comment below. Always helpful. Lee, you've been, you know, saying exactly what I think a lot, which is there's 600 watchers and 75 likes. If you're watching regularly, which you are, just press the like. It doesn't hurt you, but it really helps the channel. Lee, you're absolutely spot on there, mate. And anyone who's not subscribed, which is 60% of you, press the subscribe button. Again, it doesn't hurt. If you hate the channel, it don't matter. You help me and whoever does like the channel anyway. At least it's here and functioning in the background. And if anyone out there needs any bits and pieces done or needs saving, then that's what this channel does. So thank you so much for watching. You guys are the reason I do the filming. Otherwise I'd be here anyway, not doing the filming. This beautiful stunner is back. We're all very excited. What we can do while we've got a minute is look at the likeness of these two bikes. They are very similar. The frame comes up here on this one, and on there it doesn't. That has a side panel. This doesn't. Although I think it looks better with a side panel. This looks kind of naked. I feel like this needs an infill, really. But they are, they are similar. Let me take a picture here. This would be a nice picture. Yeah, they're similar. Interesting, actually. Look. One's a £3,500 bike, £4,000 bike, and one's a £850 bike.